This podcast replay is brought to you by Choice Mortgage Bank. Fixed mortgage rates under 3.5%. Military veterans, 0 down, 100% financing. Call the owner's cell phone right now. Michael Codsey, 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. It is time to talk about the mess in Cleveland.
I couldn't sit here and tell you whether I'm going to be here, want to be here, don't want to be here. This is exactly where I'm at now, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. So it's something that, like I said, God has a plan, and in the offseason, everything will figure itself out.
There you go. That is Odell Beckham trying to figure it out, asking everybody to get me out of here. It's odd because we're going to go to Cleveland, and I thought Andy Baskin years ago would ask, get me out of here, and he hasn't in Cleveland. Follow him on Twitter at Andy_Baskin. Catch his work at 92.3 The Fan. And Andy, so tell us why you don't want out.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and hopefully they'll give me another contract. So I might have to use it as a power play. You know, I might say, you know what, Big O needs some help down there, and I'm going to go help Big O.
I love it.
Maybe that'll work.
I love it.
You got that kind of power?
Yeah, you damn right I got that kind of power. We'll make it happen down here, buddy. We'll make it happen down here. Damn right. We're a mover and shaker down here in South Florida. All right, Andy. So walk us through this, dude, because, you know, I went off on a segment where I'm already at a point now where I'm tired of talking about Dallas and Cleveland, the two teams that we overhype. And this season, I was really pulling for Cleveland because I want the fans. Because really, it's really about the damn team and the owner and the disaster. The fans are phenomenal. They deserve so much better, and they don't get it year in and year out. And year in and year out, we overhype these guys, and they just let everybody down. What the hell is going on over there?
I don't know. It's Cleveland. I mean, since 1999, we have been the Super Bowl champions of drama, no matter what it is. And again, it's not talking about Baker Mayfield being able to execute in the red zone, which is probably something we should be talking about. And we're not talking about, you know, how much do they really miss Myles Garrett on defense right now? We're talking about other stuff. We're talking about Baker Mayfield saying that, you know, the training staff misdiagnosed Odell Beckham Jr. We're talking about Odell, you know, whispering to guys saying, hey, man, come get me. Come get me. And that's where we are right now. The sad and kind of scary part of it is, if the Browns win out, let's just say, and they'd have to beat Baltimore to do it, so it'd be a 9-win season. Even an 8-win season is pretty good around here. A 9-win season would be the third best season since the Browns returned in 1999. So we don't talk about wins and losses. We talk about drama, and unfortunately, that's the way we play things.
All right, so what's the reaction right now from the fans with everything going on with Odell Beckham that he already wants out?
Yeah, I don't know that the fans are 100% buying into the fact that he wants out, or maybe it's just the fact that his contract, he can want out, but what's he going to do? Is he going to sit out a year like Le'Veon Bell? I don't think so. So I think Browns fans here are like, all right, let's just chill a little bit. Let's figure this thing out. He's going to be here next year. There's no worries, and we'll move forward with that. Unless he starts demanding a trade, I mean, how many more distractions can this team have? I mean, we've gone through Josh Gordon. So it's not like, you know, there's no gun to the Browns' head to say, oh, we got to trade him just because he may have whispered to somebody, hey, man, come get me. Come get me. I kind of think it's one or two guys in the national media heard a little rumbling, said, hey, he's not getting the ball that much. He's frustrated. And you know what? He should be frustrated. They've got to figure out a way to get him the ball. So maybe making a little stink now might have big dividends down the road. I know he likes playing with Jarvis. Last week, I thought he was pretty frank with the media, where he wouldn't exactly say what the future is, but you tell me one pro athlete who actually knows 100% what their future is, and I'll show you somebody who's not a pro athlete.
No, I'm with you, but at least you can be positive about it and say, now, hey, listen, I love it here. I want to be here. I want to win a championship here. I want to retire here. You just never heard that, and to leave it all hanging like he did in that soundbite, I find that also, but not that he gives a rat's ass, but I find it disrespectful to the franchise because Man, they've gone overboard to bring you there, to pay you, to help them build something, and instead of showing leadership qualities, you're just being the punk that you've been in New York, and you're doing it again there, and that's the other problem there. That you just started the whole segment about kings of drama. Well, you add Baker Mayfield, you add Jarvis Landry, and you add Odell Beckham, dude. That's a lot of drama.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I also think, though, that part of his answer from last week, and maybe I'm blind because I'm sitting here in Northeast Ohio, is he's very defensive based on everything that happened in New York. So, yeah, I don't know if you're an athlete, and I keep thinking back to Jim Thome when he was in Cleveland. I don't think you want to give a definitive answer about what your future is, knowing that it's a business. But you're right. The best thing to say is, man, I got a contract with the Browns. I'm playing with Jarvis Landry. I know good things are going to happen. I'm not going to stop hustling. I'm going to actually get in the huddle on a play instead of just lining up and pretending like I don't care. You're right. There are some things that, he kind of, I don't know that he owes the fans, but the fans deserve to see someone who's going to give it their all. It's just, what really sucks is that we weren't really talking about any of this until that interview last week. And a lot of the radio guys, including me, were saying Odell should be frustrated because Baker's not getting him the ball. And there should be opportunities for him to get that. I do think it's ironic, though, that the get me out of here and that I have a sports hernia both broke before the game on Sunday. Something doesn't smell right about that.
That makes a lot of sense. Now I'm thinking about it. It reminds me of the Wade commercial. Remember on the cell phone commercial? Get me out of here. The Verizon commercial. That maybe Verizon should approach Odell Beckham and say, "Hey, we got something for you. Part 2 there."
I don't know. Maybe Dwayne left his phone here. Maybe he picked it up when he was playing for the Cavaliers for that 6 minutes that he was here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true. He was there for a little cup of coffee. All right. So tell me. Go ahead.
A tiny cup of coffee. It was super small.
Yes, very tiny. Cuban coffee. There we go. Right. Cuban coffee. Small but powerful. That's what it's all about.
Amen.
So. Our boy Baker Mayfield's losing his luster from last year. How's it been for the public? And what's Memorex and what's reality? You tell me. When you look at it, how much of it is a real concern for you right now?
For me, personally, I don't know that I'm on the same page as a lot of Browns fans. I'm looking forward to 2 years from now when I think he's matured. He's showing a lot of immaturity. That's what he did this past weekend, throwing the training staff under the bus and not letting it go. It'd be one thing if he just said, well, I don't think they got it right, and that was the end of it. But, man, he just kept going. Things that you would just never see in any other NFL city. I just think Baker's involved in too many things that don't have anything to do with football. And when you're winning, it's not a big deal. Like, in the beginning of the year, everyone was talking about the commercials that he's doing. That's got to be a distraction. Well, he shot the commercial on his own time during the off season, and I'm not going to sit here and worry about those things.
But wait a minute, Andy, they're actually good commercials, bro. Come on, let's give the guy a little love at least in all this. I get that he's probably a little, he looks overhyped because of those commercials, but come on, man, they're actually good commercials. They did that was actually a nice job by them.
He hits home on the Progressive Insurance commercial with the when the
stadium
fire alarm beep goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, I relate to that. In that point, Baker and I definitely get along. There's no question. So I like Baker. I just want to see him 2 years from now. He needs to mature, not only as just a spokesman in the face of the franchise, but he just really needs to mature on the field. Whether you're trying to force the ball, or you're audibling on a 4th and 1 and your coach is taking the blame for it, or being able to hit receivers and not throwing over their heads and not checking and finding the right read. I think a lot of this has to do with defenses understanding him after having tape on him last season. And so he's going to get better. I want him to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, but it takes time to mature. You're not the same guy at 26 that you are at 24.
Any shot that his struggles are from the fact that he had to go get her a straw, and that long walk to go get the straw and come back burned out his legs for the 2019 season.
Man, that is a great point, and I'm going to have. And I'm not there every day at Browns camp, but I'm going to have General Ryder, who's our beat reporter, ask him specifically about Strawgate.
I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, if that woman asked me for a straw, I would look at her like, man, go get it yourself. Are you out of your mind? I'm not going to go get it. And the guy burned out his legs going to go get that straw. I mean, that was just absolutely terrible. So you're not off the bandwagon. You believe in... Now, here's the thing. You brought up maturity. This is the dude that ran away from cops when he was drunk. So are we sure that this guy's going to mature? Because he's got a little McMahon in him. You know, and you're old enough to know who the hell Jim McMahon is, and he's got some of that Jim McMahon-like swagger. I don't know if he's ever going to mature.
I'd be happy to see him in a Super Bowl shuffle. I mean, I didn't think Jim was a very good dancer, but I think Baker probably about the same. But I think that there's something about him, and I know that John Dorsey sees it. John's got a unique cast of characters, as you've talked about, on this team that he's got to manage, you know, and try to get those characters together. But I still think there's a lot there. We saw some stuff last year that really made me feel like he's one of the best, if not the best quarterback the Browns have had since 1999. The opportunity is going to be there for him. It's a matter of how much freedom does he have within the organization. Like, I wonder what Baker Mayfield would look like if he was in New England or somewhere else. And I just don't know if this is the right mix right now, with a first-year head coach, a big-time wide receiver coming in on his first season, and a guy who's really played his first complete season in the NFL. There is some sophomore jinx stuff that I believe in with him because, again, the NFL isn't stupid, and they see your tendencies, and they know how to pick them up from week to week.
All right, so having said all of that, Andy Baskin from 92.3 The Fan joining us here from Cleveland. Having said all that, we talked about the characters, the lack of maturity, the inconsistencies at times. Do they have the right head coach to straighten all of this out and next year fix all of these issues? Because from afar, it just feels like Freddie is in over his head, and maybe that's the change that they need to make in the offseason. Keep everybody, but bring in a coach that can really level everything off. Your thoughts on that?
I think Freddie's verdict is still there's a lot of people that think it's already said and done, that he'll be gone at the end of the season. I don't see it that way. I don't know how you can get rid of a coach. If he can beat Baltimore twice in one season, and go 5-1 in the AFC North, and end up 9-7, and they don't make the playoffs, I don't know how they can fire him. And I was at an alumni function right before the first game of the season against Tennessee, and Jimmy Haslam was standing on the podium right next to me. And I'm telling you, this city, and as you said in the beginning again of this conversation, that this city was over the top hyped about what the Browns could be. People were talking Super Bowl around here.
I know.
And Jimmy calmly stood up there at the podium and said, I know everyone's really excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what we put on the field tomorrow. But I am going to remind you, we're a young team, and we are going to have growing pains. And if the owner knows that in his head going into the season, I think that's been his place to kind of sit down and relax before he makes any rash decisions. Because when he first took over this team, you were gone in 30 seconds. And so I really think for a guy that didn't want to fire Hugh Jackson, I highly doubt he's going to want to fire Freddie Kitchens after this season.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I'm impressed for that unrealistic psycho to say, hey, you know, we're going to have some growing pains. It's going to take a little bit. That's progress for Jimmy. Seems.
You're 100% right.
I mean,
100% right.
Yeah, because that seems like that dude seemed like he was always unrealistic and making changes like you're changing underwears at the time. All right, so so in your eyes, everybody comes back next year.
I don't know that everybody comes back. There's going to be some change stuff. There's going to have.
No, what I mean is Odell, head coach, GM, quarterback, all come back. That's what I mean.
John Dorsey, unless John Dorsey wants to leave, he's not going anywhere.
Right.
Baker, I don't see why they would change on Baker. Odell's got a contract, unless they found somebody that wanted to give them an early first-round pick for him, which I can't see really happening. But if somebody wanted to give him an early first-round pick and deal with the $15 million of cap hit and all those things that go along with it, I can't see Odell going anywhere next year. And Freddie needs to, I would say he needs to win 2 of these next 3 games, which seem very possible with Arizona and Cincinnati as 2 of those 3 games.
Follow him on Twitter at Andy_Baskin. Catch his work there at 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland. By the way, are they at the point where they're giving away Cavs tickets?
It's funny. They're giving away. They're not even giving away coasters. They're giving away, free bank accounts. If you walk in the door, you need a couple thousand. All right, we'll start a bank account for you if you'll just take these free tickets. It's not a lot of fun, especially with what's going on with the stories about Kevin Love now wanting to go to a contender. And we were laughing about that on our show today about Kevin Love. Tell me a player doesn't want to go to a contender.
Yeah.
I want to go play in that rec league. Why don't you send me to a rec league? Everybody wants to play for a contender. So
dude, but it's
that was today's story with Kevin Love.
It's amazing how the flow is just one player. LeBron gets there, you're relevant. LeBron leaves, you're irrelevant. LeBron comes back, you're relevant. LeBron leaves again, you're irrelevant. And it just proves that he was just everything and that nobody in that franchise can stand on their own and rebuild it and be respectable. That is so twisted, dude. Without that one guy. And I know he would make a difference in every franchise, but, dude, at least he would leave other franchises like here in Miami, and they'll find another way to start winning again with other people. You know what I mean? But it's just, man, it's got to be the worst to be a Cavs fan at this point, because how the hell do you have any kind of hope?
When I look at your situation, I look at Pat Riley and I look at Spoelstra, and I'm like, look, man, those guys figured out something down there, right? And you're competitive. And so I look at that. I loved Pat when he was in LA, so I was kind of leery about it when LeBron went down there. But I do look at your franchise, and I respect what's being able to.
No, they did it with all the cap issues that they have, because you remember Riley got into some brain funk and gave all those terrible contracts, and he still has 2 terrible contracts in Dion and James Johnson still on the roster, and they won't have that space till 2021. So they still were able to do that, and to find Nunn and then Hero and even the Silva kid, that has been a blessing, because they actually found young people to build on around Jimmy Butler. That is crazy, man, that they're able to find that.
Yeah, that's the NBA. We're hoping we have a team. I'm just kidding. We're hoping with John Beilein here. I think I don't know what's going to happen with Beilein, because there was all this complaining last week about the fact that he's coaching him like college kids. So I think Beilein's a great coach. I love the way the Cavs started the season, and now they are 100% irrelevant when it comes to all these big Brown stories that have happened in town.
Yeah, well, the Browns dominate, man. We know that in that town. There's no doubt about it. Andy, as always, you're a stud. Thank you for taking some time, my man. We really appreciate it.
There you go. Anytime you need me, I'm there for you.
You're the best. Thank you. There you go. The great Andy Baskin from 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland.